Everything's fine on 93.9 Dublin South FM.
Today we have also another series in the series that we are covering throughout the program in the last few weeks about the real enemy of India. As we discovered that the real enemy of India is not external threat, not China, not Pakistan, as is being wrongly projected by the present government, but is the internal threat. And the internal threat, this one is how poorly education system has been now operating in India, and what is the... do you remember the film I covered here on the program, 12th Fail, which was Vidya Chopra's film, and a beautiful film about Vikrant Massey playing the brilliant lead role in that, that how the cheating is very much part and parcel of the education system. And even if you score 100% marks in particular things, particularly for medicine, for anything, it's not a guarantee that you will get a place in the medical school. So what's going on there? Let's listen to Sharad Awasthi, who has put together, our correspondent from London, a beautiful item about NEET exams.
Thank you, Mr. Zaidi. Good to be here again. And hello, dear friends. Thank you for joining us today as we continue our series, The Real Enemies of India. I hope you all are doing well, and WhatsApp University is keeping you all busy. More pressing than the election results, India is currently grappling with heartbreaking consequences of NEET exam results. They are calling it as scam, paper leaks, and also anomalies within the exam system. So this real enemy of India, because millions of innocent students, aspirants have been deeply affected, at least 24 lakh of them. And what the future holds for the new aspirants next year is also consequential. So paper leaks and cheating in exams have corroded the soul of our educational system. And that isn't just my observation. It's a tragedy that we all are living in. Hardworking and honest aspirants, they are left behind, and their dreams are shattered, and only to find that the trajectory of their careers have changed for worse. So over the years, I've tried to get into the issue of paper leaks, and especially with this NEET so-called paper leak and scam, I see an underscore of societal distortion, and there is a fundamental flaw that has led to these devastating consequences. So it is not just NEET that is in question this time. There have been more than a dozen exam leaks in last 10 years, and this is leaving the countless lives of aspirants, good candidates, into sort of a disarray. Government has played a passive role in this issue. Earlier also, they have not been good enough. Laws are passed, but implementation of the law is just not there. Examination agencies like NTA in this case of NEET exam, they are unable to completely stop cheating, and culprits one way or the other have found ways to get around the system. So hence I'm calling this as the real enemy of India. Whether it's an exam for clerks, police, doctors, engineers, and even civil services, who in future would take care of these systems, all of these have been compromised at some point in time. So our society is reeling from the impact of deeply flawed examination systems, and the reasons are deep-seated. So what's the big picture question here? Why do we Indians have to cheat in exams? Why do we have to do that? I have tried to frame this crucial question and come up with 4 crucial issues, underlying issues. Number 1, cheating is now socially acceptable in schools, colleges, and professional exams. What this means is that the aspirants, the candidates who cheat are never looked down upon as criminals, as culprits, but they hold an equitable equally respectable position in our society. So many know these individuals who have cheated, but then we are okay with it. In fact, one state in India is called the cheating capital of the country, while surprisingly another state, the cheating is norm and it hardly raises an eyebrow. So we are sitting in a society where this is, though laughable, it is acceptable. The second issue is that there is no shame or dishonor in cheating in any exam. There is no guilt or a disgrace that one feels in getting involved in these activities. Rather, I see it is seen as a badge of honor. It's a boasting topic about the smartness in beating the system. So, and the third issue that I feel is that everyone wants the government and the agencies to impose some kind of a magic wand, a magic law to prevent cheating. This means that candidates on their own are not self-regulated to avoid cheating or to not let their friends and their companions allow cheating. But they all want, and their parents all want, to rely on law enforcement to prevent this. And that is where the problem lies. It's a societal problem. And therefore, the solution has to come from the civil society. And the civil society must clean the system through their own behavior. Today, when exam agencies or their members are involved like a mafia, running a parallel cheat system because of a large financial interest, they are, of course, susceptible to compromise. So the matter is not getting resolved by strict agencies. They have already lost the trust and the idea of fairness in the exam. Fourth, why do candidates want to cheat in the exams in the first place? The reasons are simple. Candidates want high score to get selected, and there is too much competition for an individual to sustain. So therefore, they resort to additional resource in form of cheating to get the high scores. And the scale of competition, it's really unhealthy, and it is highly skewed demand and supply for a position and seat. So for in case of NEET, the ratio of seats to number of applicants is about 2%. So for 56,000 seats in government colleges, there are 24 lakh aspirants. So this ratio is absolutely inhuman. And the stakes, therefore, are very high. It is a situation of do or die for the candidates, and especially for those who have been working hard for years. They have been taking a drop after their school. So, and also they are using their parents' meager earning or their parents' life saving. And to top it up, there is a societal pressure about the career. So for them, failure is not an option anymore. It is a good enough, I would say, for a normal human being to, I'm not justifying, but it is a good reason to coerce somebody's conscience into doing something wrong. Also, no alternative career with the same repute as the profession. So for example, if somebody is not a doctor out of a NEET, then the alternative choice is barely a compulsion. It is not of the same repute, of the same grandeur as being a doctor. The overall, if you see the exam system being unhealthy, it is not excellence driven. We are not saying that we are going to get the best of best doctors in the country, best of best police jawans in the country. No. It is in fact pushing the students to the limit of their hard work and stress. And this is a bad precedent. It's a poor ground for a selection. Our exam system, if you have a look, it is trying to create a Olympic gold medal style system where there are only few places on the podium. So imagine the number of seats in AIMS out of those 24 lakh aspirants. So one has to get 100% marks in order to get the seat in AIMS. And as in this case, there are 67 candidates who have got 100% marks, while the number of seats are less than 50. So even candidates scoring 100% marks, the height of excellence, they are still not able to get to the podium. So that's the point here. But then the exam system should be competitive enough, but then the ratio has to be good enough to produce mass doctors who are able to perform well in the society. So this is a growing threat to India, and the cheat system, which is a parallel system, it's a multi-crore business, and the culprits are operating at many levels, and they include people within the agencies, outside the agencies, from the supporting group, and the use of technology, and the use of money power, the people, the personnel, all resources put together. There is a parallel system that is the real enemy of Indian aspirants, the good candidates, the dreams of excellent candidates, hardworking candidates. So in nutshell, if I say that this parallel system has been weaponized by few to extract high scores from the exam system, and that is destroying the credibility and the integrity and the sanctity of profession. And also it is degrading the aspirants, the candidates' purpose of life. Somebody who has dreamed to be a doctor is just few marks away from losing that dream, that shattering the dream. And it is therefore a clear reflection of societal degradation. That is where India stands today. One more consequential thing I would like to point out here is that with this kind of exam system, it also raises doubt about the capability of the successful candidates. Nobody wants to live in a country where everybody doubts each other. So it's like match fixing in cricket. Lakhs of enthusiastic fans who used to worship their star cricketers like me have left this sport after the match fixing scandal from the spot trading. And after watching their stars fall from grace, painfully accepting that the sports can also be compromised. So the credibility of the profession is at stake here. Cheating as a concept that has percolated in our society, and so nothing new that this has come into our exam system. The best way to fight the real enemy of India is not through Supreme Court. It's not by any law or by any agency. The people will find a way out to beat the system. This is only symptomatic. The NEET system is only symptomatic. The disease is elsewhere. And the real enemy of India is sitting amongst us. So if we have to fight our faulty exam system, then we have to fight the concept of cheating right from the primary school. We have to confront the element of cheating in our daily lives, and also to boldly and loudly decry the practice wherever possible. But then before I leave, I need to also challenge the aspirants of this NEET. Suppose they were doctor. Would they refrain from any malpractice in the medical profession? After going through all this, would the candidates take a pledge to fight the professional malpractices, professional cheating that goes out in this industry? And when it comes to your hands, when it comes to your table, would you stand and confront element of professional malpractices? For the suffering of the current NEET aspirants, they have to wait for Honorable Supreme Court to pass the verdict, and hopefully it will give some solace to the aspiring new generation of doctors. But for now, the counseling, according to the Honorable Supreme Court, will continue as usual. So with that, challenges and questions, and with the real enemy sitting besides us, Dear friends, thank you for your time and attention. I appreciate your feedback and especially the critical ones. So do let them come in. And see you again next week with another real enemy of India. Bye for now.
Broadcasting from the Dundrum Town Centre. This is Dublin South FM.